3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Good afternoon, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Training Camp Central Live. We are streaming live on YouTube. And of course, I am your host, Will Skywalker. Still. Boom. Joint practice number 2. This time, ladies and gentlemen, we got actual film, baby. We got actual film we're going to be able to watch. And when I say film, y'all, I don't mean obviously all 22. I'm talking about real clips from the media, plays, one-on-ones, 11 on 11, 7 on 7 team, all of that. So this will be so much better than last week. Plus, Von Miller is officially here, ladies and gentlemen. The I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and we are going to talk about Von Miller's opening press conference. I thought it was interesting. Let me just say that. Von Miller's a cool dude. We all love Von Miller, the player, but to have him here with the Cowboys and see how he feels about being a Cowboy, and you hear about some of the things that he wants to bring here from a leadership standpoint. We'll break that down. Plus, we're going to recap a little bit of what happened yesterday in the practice. I didn't go live yesterday because I was live in the morning, and I wanted to wait until the joint practice. So for those who may be new, the way we do this thing is we head on over to the command center. Okay? And in the command center, we will follow all the updates coming out of Cowboys training camp with this joint practice against our former backup quarterback turned head coach for the Saints, Kellen Moore, man. So make sure y'all tap in. But what's good with your Bomb Squad? How we feeling?
Bomb Squad!
Excited to break this all down with you, man. Excited to break this all down with you. Anybody who is not able to do all this scrolling, do all of this refreshing, please send this to your friends and your family. Let them know they can come here and kick it with us. I will keep everybody up to date. Injuries, non-injuries, developments, all of that. I got you. Yesterday was cool. Did the morning show, brought that back. So I believe we're going to be running that 2 or 3 times a week. So make sure y'all stick around if you're new here and you're not familiar with it. All right. We in the building, says Ty, for sure. Steve said, yo, still, these are the damn type of players we have needed in the locker room. Yes. But let me tell you about this. See, he said, me like Parsons. I hate to break it to you, Steve. There's me players in all these locker rooms. The difference is, do you have a good culture? Do you have enough of these type of guys to guide those young players? Because how you going to be mad at a 21-year-old that comes in and don't know how to lead, who isn't the leader? Hell, Von had to come in and learn from those type of players. I said this to you guys a long time ago. Who was the Von Miller, Kenny Clark, Quentin Williams, Rashawn Gary's in this room long before Michael was here? Like, once D. Ware left, you were really looking for that type of not only stability from a leadership standpoint that I lead, but I'm a damn good player. I can show you how I got to the top of the mountaintop. I've been screaming this well before this channel, well before A to Z. I was asking to bring in championship caliber type of players who, just so happen to be a little bit of leaders. You ain't have to be one for real. I just wanted to bring that pedigree in here, man. And we never really did. And now we have that pedigree. Now, he's the only one with a championship. But that's cool. There's other good leaders. Audio, this is crazy. Somebody said that. I was going to ask you, how was the audio? Too loud, too low? I feel like I'm at a good portion here. I'll turn it up. I don't want to blast too loud, though. I don't want to do that. So as they're ramping up, man, the Saints are here. They're about to, warm up. Let's kind of dive into that. I'm not going to play any audio from it, but I took some notes. Audio's good. Audio too low. See, some people audio good. Some people audio too low. I don't know what to tell you, mate. I don't know what to tell you. I'll turn me up a little bit more. But if I start spiking on y'all and it's too loud, y'all please let me know. So if you happen to be living under a rock, the Cowboys signed Von Miller the other day. The details came out. 1 year, $5.5 million deal, max 7.5. So you got him really for the same amount that Clowney, because somebody had asked about the Clowney thing. They literally have the same contract, 1 year, $5.5 million, and he can get up to 7.5. And I say this all the time. You want them to hit that max. So he had his introductory press conference. And again, for those who are just getting up in here, somebody said, is the practice over? No, they didn't even start the practice, ladies and gentlemen. We're just live here right now, and we're covering the Von Miller presser. We are still waiting for them to get going for practice. So a couple of things. Did y'all listen to it? How many of y'all listened to Von Miller? It was an interesting character, man. He's got a personality. He said charisma, right? He has that for sure. Kind of reminds me of somebody else during a honeymoon phase earlier in his career, but he has that charisma that I can see why people kind of, gravitate towards him. The first thing that stood out, Von Miller's kind of a troll, ain't he? Von Miller, they said, hey, Von, I saw you were putting out all these, Photoshop images and stuff. He said, yeah, I've been doing that for so long, man, with all types of teams. He said, I did that because I like to keep my name in the media. I said, ooh, they ain't going like that. It don't matter. It's the honeymoon phase. It don't matter what you say. But I found that interesting because I'm like, hey, that's all fine and dandy because you're only here for 1 year. You're a Hall of Famer. But that type of activity won't fly here among Cowboy fans. They don't like that. But he basically admitted he's a bit of a troll a little bit. He likes to get the fans going, and he wanted to keep his name in the media, and he said it worked. I was like, me personally, I'm fine. But I know a lot of people will get up in arms if he had been a Cowboy and was doing that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Then they started to ask him about the leadership thing. And I've said this to you guys the other day about Von Miller's leadership, and I said it not too long ago. I truly believe that is one of his greatest assets based off of the whole run from the Rams. Because to me, I didn't realize that he was that type of teammate until the Rams Super Bowl. And he had came out and talked about how he helped unlock a little bit of Aaron Donald's game, not necessarily on the field, but as a leader, and how that also helped him propel him to the Super Bowl. And they asked him, how did you do it? And this and that. He said, man, ain't nothing. It ain't like I went to him and said, hey, man, we need more from you. Nah, it was just a regular conversation. But take a listen to Andrew Whitworth, who was with them. Another guy he, also learned a little bit from as well. This is Andrew Whitworth talking about that whole Von Miller, Aaron Donald connection there.
But to see him start to use his voice and to start kind of bringing guys along with him and kind of challenging people to play better, challenging people to play up to an expectation that his defense should have, almost taking that ownership of like, not only am I the best player on the planet, but I'm going to be one of the best leaders on the planet too. I thought that was a massive step for Aaron Donald and really, really something that everyone just been waiting for. They all look up to him so much. But he's never been a real vocal guy, and he really took on that role. And I think Von kind of inspired him to be that way, to be like, hey, man, you're the greatest player on the planet. Like, if you want me to do something better, tell me, And so I think Aaron really took that role on, and I think it was a massive factor for how they played in the playoffs and really the last part of the season was really Aaron taking that next step. I think all great players that play for a long time, you find different ways to grow. And I think for Aaron Donald, he found a way to grow with his voice and being vocal and challenging his guys to step up and play better. But to see him start to use his voice and to start.
Thanks, Andrew. We appreciate you there. Yeah, man. And then there's also AD. If you go out there and look, he talked about how he helped unlock that in the sense of the leadership aspect because he wasn't a vocal leader. That just wasn't his thing. But that doesn't mean he didn't lead by example. I thought it was interesting. He said, if there was a Hall of Fame for leadership, I'd be first ballot. I'm the best leader to ever play this game. I love his confidence too, by the way. I love his confidence. Then, of course, he said some of the things he also reiterated on the nightcap. Hey, I can roll out of bed and get you 8 sacks, 10 sacks. I can get you 15 to 20 plays without even being on the field, basically saying without ramping up, without, practicing. I can roll out of bed and still on third downs or pass rush situations, closing out games. And I believe that too, based off of what I saw. And he admitted this because I don't know, I guess people assumed this wasn't the case. This is not a 60 snap guy. He understands that. He knows his role. And again, I hate to keep going back to leadership, but he loves the fact that he has the ability, or he believes it at least, to make players around him better, not just because of what he can do on the field, but what he can do in the locker room, in the meeting rooms, as a teacher, as a teammate, etc. I think it's huge, man. And I know we have already an amazing leadership council, among the best I have ever seen in that front. I have ever seen for the Cowboys. He's just a cherry on top to me. So the biggest takeaway, I think, from that entire presser was him continuing to hammer home just how excited he is to bring a championship here and help, other players, young players, raise their game. Even not even just young players. Because I said Quinnen's going to be another guy I think that benefits from this too. Not just young players. All players raise their level of their game. So that was pretty cool. Here's some other fun things he said. He has an offer to Hunter Lipke for number 40. He said it was an offer that he can't refuse. So we'll see if he wears number 40. It doesn't matter to him. He said if it happens, it happens. That's awesome. If not, cool. No problem. But y'all think Hunter got to come up off that 40, right? Hunter got to come up off that 40, right? I just look over Philly Star, said, why is Broadus tripping and making this a Von on Houston situation? I don't know, yeah. When Broadus gets in his bag, man, it's really hard to move him off of it, but it's going to be up to Von Miller to do that. So, yeah. Shouts out to B. He on one right now. But Hunter got to come up off of that, though. If not, cool. I'll be interested to see what other number he wears. He said 58's not in the question because that was a number strictly for Denver. Somebody already has 24. Somebody has 40. So we'll see what number he eventually gets. It's not really a big deal to me either. He also talked about how, they asked him, hey, are you going to be excited to go against all these former teams you played and things like that? I said, nah, man, I got a lot of these players in the league are my friends. And that's kind of this is how the league is. Sports are in general, really, that rivalry stuff is going out the window in a sense. And he said, nah, I have no emotions tied to these teams. He said, if there was any team I would have that tied to, it would be the Denver Broncos. Because I played there for so long, but I don't wake up saying, oh, I'm circling them, I want to beat them. He said, I'm rooting for these guys, right? They're my friends, and I just root for them except for when we play them. And that's pretty much 99% of this damn league nowadays. So the old school rivalry stuff is out the window, man. And you've seen it and heard it first from a Hall of Famer. That's kind of how these guys operate now. And then old boy said, I saw Dak earlier this offseason. Had a great conversation with Dak. Where'd you see him at, Von? He said, I saw Dak at the casino. So tread lightly. He said, yeah, he was at the high stakes tables and we was gambling. What was that all about, brother? What you dry snitching for, fam? Yeah. Ford was at the high stakes gambling away his $160 million. Relax. We don't need to. He said Dak was in the casino.
50,000. I said 50,000. Go get it. I don't give a where you get it.
Oh. Bob funny, man. Boy, hey. Von, the friend you can't do stuff around, bro. Hey, that's what I'm taking away. Can't do certain stuff around Von. He just comes out. Hey man, I was at the casino and saw Dak. He put about 2.5 on the high stakes, and we just chatted about football. Whoa, mind your business. That's all. Mind your business. But yeah, Von has charisma. He is definitely going to be one of the fan favorites, I think, this year. Media favorites. He might win the damn award. I don't know if they give him to guys who may not return the next year, but the media has an award that, the guy they like the most. Von Miller finna win that one. Oh, yeah. He gonna tell you everything that happened that went wrong. He go, what's happening? I'm just messing around, but I'm excited to have Von here. Can't wait to see him get out there, get suited up. Sounds like, according to Shoddy, he will not be getting any work until next week. So we'll see. We'll see. So far, Cowboys-Saints warming up right now, getting ready to have this joint practice. What are some things you guys are looking for in this joint practice? They talked to Jake Ferguson about how important these are for the first string, and the starters are not going to play in the preseason, right? So I want to see this offense kind of get off to a faster or better start against the Saints defense. Now, is the Saints defense doomsday or the old Saints? What was the Saints? What was it? What was the nickname they had? Remember was that 90s, late 80s, early 90s? Might have been 80s. Come on, my OGs. When they had all the linebackers, I know somebody in there know. They got the name. But it's not that defense, but it's a respectable defense. So that's the Cowboys. Yeah. You on to it, Nacho. You on to it. Somebody gonna have Dome Patrol. Used to love watching NFL films. Steve Sable. Yeah, this ain't the Dome Patrol, man. This ain't them. Bounty Squad's crazy because they did have a bounty. They did have a bounty. But this is I think it's a respectable type of defense, or at least it had been in the past. So we'll see. So I like to see them get off to a better start. I'd like to see this defense have another good showing in the joint practice. We're not going to see these first team defenders out there on Saturday. But I'll say this. And I had a play ready. I had it drawn up on the telestrator and everything. But life, so I couldn't really get to it. Wayne break it down the other day, but you can see the ingredients, really the DNA of Christian Parker's defense, even in preseason. You can see the potential schematically. I would say don't worry about the results, but damn it, the results was good too. But you can see the schematic differences already, man, and it's night and day. You can see just how good they're being coached, because what they're being asked to do from a communication standpoint, an awareness standpoint, an adjustment standpoint at the snap, pre-snap, post-snap, that ain't easy. We talk about last year was algebra for these dudes, trigonometry to some of them. This could have been rocket science to a few of those players last year. But you can tell the teaching is working because the communication is there. The effortless adjustments post-snap, at snap, it's there, even with the second and third team. I'm so excited to see this first team out there. Not just today, but in week 1. Jackson Dart ain't going to know. Whatever the more or less over under is for quarterback rush yards, quarterback scramble, whatever, take the over. He finna be running around because that Jackson in this defense, you're going to have some type of QB vision, if you will. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just saying. All right, real quick, let's kind of recap what happened yesterday as they are continuing to get ready. So Yesterday, we did have a practice. Shotty did speak with the media. And he shook some things up, y'all. During the press conference, he talked about how, hey, you guys are going to see some different adjustments in regards to the depth chart, right? So let's kind of talk about that here. So, and this comes from Nick Harris with his kind of takeaways from what happened yesterday at practice. He says here, Joe Milton was quarterback number 2. Now, I thought Joe Milton was QB2 all camp anyway. And then kind of threw me a curveball when we were watching the preseason game. I saw Sam Howell get the first half. And I said, oh, okay, interesting. Let's see. And Sam Howell did a damn good job, man. Then Joe Milton came in the second half and did a damn good job. Some would say better. So I have a feeling week 2, maybe this thing will get flipped. Maybe we'll get Joe Milton first and let's see if he can stack, because I thought that was the best Joe Milton looked as a Dallas Cowboy. The best he's looked in the pros was in the actual game at the end of the year against Buffalo. But this was the best he looked as a Cowboy. There wasn't that much panic in him. We saw more touch. Even in practice, you kind of see Joe Milton in some of these clips kind of reading better. Here we go, Joe. Continue to go. Nick also said Malik Davis was the first running back to rotate in after Javonte Williams. I'm going to read the rest in a second. There were a couple tweets that went out where that's all we saw. So we was like, here we go. That's an earned rep, if you will. Then it came out and said, well, Jaden Blue did not participate in the team period with a shoulder. Phil Maffa was out with ribs, and Abinakanda was out with ribs. They were limited. Not necessarily out, but I think, oh. So is it earned, or is it because they're banged up? Because it should be earned. We're going to find out on Saturday. Heck, we might find out today. We might find out today if that was truly earned, because we're talking about, again, the first team going up against the Saints' first team. Now, Javonte Williams will be that guy, but what I'm getting at is who's the second guy now? Who's out there with Dak and them boys, the first team offensive line? And is there going to be another excuse of injuries if these guys are dinged up? I said it yesterday, and I keep saying it. Unless somebody snatches this thing from Malik Davis, he's going to be your RB2. And they are giving them all the opportunity to do it. And I mean truly RB2. There's other roles that I think should be had in this room based off of what we have in this room, which I don't think is a very deep room, if you will. There's other roles these guys could have. But the traditional spellback, hey, man, if y'all don't take that, that's going to be Jay Blue. And I'm sorry, excuse me, that's going to be Malik Davis. And I feel like the team knows that. I feel like they know what they have in Malik, and that's why they were trying to give these young guys all the opportunity. So Maffa, we'll see if he's out there. Blue, Abinakanda, all dinged up a little bit. They're going to need these reps. If not, here's what I do like, though. I say this. If these dudes don't take it, I don't think we're going to find ourselves in a Miles Sanders situation. That's true, too. I just happened to look over here. Bleed said RB2 may not be on the team right now. I do think that they'd have to go out and get an upgrade then. That might cost a little bit more capital. But here's the positive, Cowboys fans. Here's the positive. Last year, we came out of camp going into the first few weeks of the season, and it was Miles Sanders. And, man, from what I saw via film, Miles Sanders, to me, just wasn't it. It just wasn't it. And Malik Davis clearly was a better player, in my opinion. But it took a while to get Malik to get on the field. Once he got on the field, he showed, hey, man, I can hold my own here. I don't think we're going to be waiting 4 or 5, 6 weeks, or for somebody else to get injured. I truly believe. I understand there's potential politics that could be played here. I don't think Shotty's going to play it. I think Shotty going to give these guys all the opportunity. But I think once we hit its real games, if he doesn't, and he showed it last year. Okay, y'all, you want Blue to be the guy. Blue ain't ready. Sit down. Blue had to sit his ass down. So I think at the very least to start this thing, if we don't go out and get an upgrade in that backup spot, it'll be a Malik Davis, who I think can hold down the fort, but I don't think it makes your room some type of dynamic room or anything, but it's better to me than the alternative right now. It's better to me than the alternative. Devin Moore took some first team reps in place of Kalen Carson. I do wonder if that's because, Kalen Carson kind of had an up and down game. He had some good moments. He had some bad moments. I thought the penalty was a little iffy. The one penalty. The other one was a legitimate penalty. Devin Moore missed that game. He was dinged. He's been dinged up throughout camp. I still believe they're going to tap him on the shoulder. Hey, you good, Dev? Yeah, I'm good, coach. Hi, y'all. Now, if Devin Moore go out here and snap today and snap in preseason, that's a different discussion. I think they want to get Devin Moore kind of a red shirt. That's just my feeling. I don't know. I'm not talking to nobody. I just got a feeling he might be a guy they tap on the shoulder, and they hit the Phil Maffa thing from last year. Just an inkling. He'll go out and play. Remember what happened with Phil? He went out and played. Had a touchdown. They said, come here, bro. You got a shoulder thing. Come have a seat. IR. I think that might happen. Amir Speed saw some second team reps. I wanted to go take a look at Amir Speed's tape against Seattle. And I'm talking about the coverage tape. I liked it. I thought Speed's cover snaps were really good in Seattle. There was one rep where I don't know if it was Bobo or I think it was number 19. Kind of got him a little bit. Initially, he was with him. And then I think Bobo hit kind of I don't know if it was a whip route. I can't remember the exact route. And he got Amir Speed off his skis a little bit. But honestly, man, I thought he had a really good day in coverage. Now, he didn't only have about 8 snaps, I think it was, in coverage. Do I think Amir Speed is Jalen Ramsey? No. But I thought he had a good day covering. And then he also had an attempt in the run game. It was not really a run game. It was a screen. He gets downhill, tries to make a tackle. I don't think he's that type of guy. He stuck his nose in there, y'all. He might have got his neck broke though. Might got to clean up the technique there, but he was willing. So I'm going to be interested to see if Amir Speed can carry over that momentum. And then finally, a completely new look offensive line. Speaking of which, we got our guy Vach Lombardi out there right now. He said, y'all know what type time I'm on. I meant to text him because I'm going to see if we can get him a call in today. Now, last time, Vach was kind of our intel. He was our inside guy because we didn't have any film. But we do now. In practice. They're popping right now. So we'll see if we can get Vach up in here. If not, we got the audio. We got the video right here. But this was interesting. Tyrus Wheat. Excuse me, not Tyrus Wheat. A completely new look offensive line for the second team. Another one of those shakeups here. From left to right. Shelton, left tackle. Keegan. Levert. Am I saying that right? Leverett? I might be saying that wrong. TJ Bass and Nate Thomas. Thomas had been doing left tackle stuff. Now he's doing right tackle. Bass had been the center. Now he's the guard. Is it Leverett? I didn't really like his tape either, but whatever. I'm not a fan of Bass being the center. I think we need to go out and get a center. But the problem is, Cowboys Nation, you got to go out and get everything. So let me ask you all this question. You can only get one. You can only improve one backup spot. Which one are you improving more? Center or tackle? Because I think moving Nate Thomas, they won't do it. But TJ Bass gives you a good backup guard. I don't think he gives you a good center as a backup. Would you go out and get or acquire, trade, cut down, whatever you want to call? Would you go out and get a center or a tackle? Everybody's tackle. That's fair. That is fair. But boy, center's important. Center's important, man. BB been durable. He got dinged up a little bit his first year, but he's been pretty durable. I can't argue against tackle though, y'all. What's Jason Peters doing nowadays? So the beige boxer, that's fair. He said tackle, Bass just got to figure it out. You know what? I think I'm with y'all. So here's what you can do. Bass, as much as I don't like him at center, at least he has the last 2 years, he's kind of been moonlighting there. And he can be your guard. So he has that quasi versatility. Who can you even trust at tackle right now, man? I'm pretty shocked that they're not making this conversion with Nate Thomas. I'm shocked, man. Shocked. Third string center play better than Bass. That's what I'm saying. I don't like him at center, bro. Center could play guard. Tyrone Melton said, because Guyton, I don't know about my guy. I want him to come in with more upper body strength. Boy built like Auntie Timothy. If you're talking about Guyton, I think Guyton has gotten stronger. I think Guyton has taken a step. It's going to be about Guyton stacking now. We're no longer in the stage of, has he improved? I think it's clear he's improved. We're in the stage of, can you stack and be consistent? Because that's where the good players come in at, being consistent. The news on Matt Hennessy, he's probably going to be on the IR where he's off for the entire season. But he had a neck surgery. He injured his neck, I think, during some type of lifting exercise in the spring, and they put him on IR. Now, we'll see once we get to roster cut downs if he's going to be one of those guys they carry on IR to come back. But did they do that with Robert Jones last year? I don't recall. I think they shut Robert Jones down. And that was upsetting in regards to Matt Hennessy, because I actually like what I saw from Hennessy. I thought he would. You go look at Matt Hennessy's tape, I'm like, that's a quality backup center right there that can moonlight, do some guard things too, or both. But that's a quality backup center. TJ Bass now got Hennessy. Go get a tackle. Boom, Hennessy goes down. It's like, goddamn. Jones was done for the year. That's what I thought. And I think that's likely what's going to happen to Hennessy. So as we continue to see if these video clips come in, I haven't seen no Saints, by the way. I haven't seen a single Saint clip. Now I saw a picture of Coach Moore, but I haven't seen a single Saint picture. We do have the phone lines open, 351-999-3787 if you want to call into the show. Periodically throughout, we'll tap into the lines. But for the most part, I want to make sure I cover this joint practice with the nation. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. So let's tap into the chat and see what we're talking about here. All right. Dono, to be honest, Dono is like comparing Pickens and Brown right now, says Range. We're talking about Christian Gonzalez and trade for Darnell Washington. I love this season. This is what's your name again? Sky Nature. This is your season right here, brother. I remember you used to come into the chat throwing all types of names out here. Trade for Christian Gonzalez and Darnell Washington. I tell you what I told the dude on the phone last week. Turn on your PlayStation. You got it. all jokes aside, they just signed Darnell Washington, if I'm not mistaken, to an extension. So I don't think that's realistic. I don't think that's realistic. Where's Collins at? Brev can play. Hey, Brevin span forward is a goddamn tackle. 6'7", 270. By the way, man, shouts out to Brev locking up tight end 2, which we the people believe that was the case at the end of the year, but we had to make sure there was no policy. That's the other thing too. We know this organization can play politics. Hell, you can argue they kind of did that last year with Shotty's first year by bringing in their guy in regards to Eberflus. But there's something about year 2 under Shotty where I'm not quite ready to say there is a bunch of politics being played right now. We'll get more tea leaves. We'll get more evidence and more data. But I'm not ready to say that. And Brevin Span Ford is another example. Undrafted free agent, 2nd round pick. They said, have a ball cap, Brevin Span Ford, 2nd round pick, get out there and prove your worth. I like it. Now, if Trigg can continue to stack days, that would be another evidence point of if this is still politics being played. But Trigg, it's tough though, because he's going to have to really gain the trust of blocking. I keep telling y'all that. Tight end 3 is not really out there to be Kyle Pitts. Tight end 3 historically, and even now, today's game, is out there to provide a lot of blocking. And on the occasion, you're going to do a play action and get them out. But the Cowboys don't run a lot of 13. I don't believe it's when they should, to be honest. You could even argue running 12 too much might be taking off your best formation, but 12 is actually better to me because 12 personnel, you can really mess with an opposing defense. Get them off your skis, if you will, by bringing in a heavy lineup. And now you got 2 tight ends who can get busy in the pass game. Plus, you got those weapons out there, right? 13, it gets a little muddy unless you got one of them dynamic blocking tight ends. It can get a little muddy if you don't. As you go heavy, we gonna go heavy. So now instead of 3rd string defensive end linebacker going up against my tight end, motherfucker Chris Jones out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting. Yes, Small Triggs is dealing with a toe. They say it's not serious, but you hate to see it. You hate to see it, man. You never want to see these guys, these young guys, get dinged up when they need all these reps. Trigg can block as good as Schoonmaker, and then that's a problem for Schoonmaker because Trigg is not quite yet a good blocker. I thought he had a good day though. We talked about this yesterday. I thought Trigg for him being built from the ground up blocking. This is coming from Lunda Wells. They're literally having to reteach this man how to block because that's not what he did at Baylor. He was their receiving tight. He was damn near a wide receiver. So shouts out to Chrissy Scale. She talked about how Lunda Wells told her they are building him from the ground up, simple techniques, all of it. And you saw him kind of implement those simple techniques, and he fought and he won some. Look, his hands got wide. I feel like every single time, but I feel like you can see, oh, he's taking the coaching. You can see Trigg taking the coaching, and that's a very encouraging thing. I don't think Trigg is going to all of a sudden turn into a legitimate blocker year 1. That's going to take some development. But what you want Trigg to do is continue to stack. And if he, let me mute you here. I got somebody calling into the show. And as long as he stacks, you get him on a roster. And then what you do is you get into the red zone, and that's where you unleash him. That's where you unleash him. No, Schoonmaker can't be no fullback, brother. Schoonmaker cannot be no fullback. That boy didn't want no work when he was asked to pull and wham. He didn't want no work. Honestly, he kind of got exposed as a blocker in that case. He's not a move blocker. His best blocking is head up. Him moving, he ain't want no smoke with them backups. And that's a problem. That's a problem. So Brandon, what are we getting? Brandon Aubrey updates. Did they starting backwards or something? Care about no Brandon Aubrey? Let's get to the team. Let's get to the one-on-one. Something. No, shouts out to me, MVP. Nah, shouts out to my barber. But I make sure in between the cuts I stay right. But shouts out to my guy. Kel's a beast. 346. You are live. What you got for us, man?
What's going on? It's Todd.
What's up, Todd?
What's going on with you?
I'm all right.
Hey, Scott. I got a couple questions for you real quick, Scott. My first one would be if we go into the 53 at the end of this and we have the 53 roster and Malik Davis, Michael Trigg, Julius Wood is on this team, what does that say about Shotty? What would you say there?
Malik Davis, Michael Trigg, and Julius Wood on the team?
If they make the 53-man roster, what would you say to Shotty about that? Like, meaning, like, what does that say about Shotty?
I don't know. I mean, I would imagine those guys earned it because they were. Now I say Malik. I think Malik already. We know what Malik is. But Woods and Trigg, I do think they were kind of in an uphill battle. So I would have just thought they earned it, and Shotty gave it to the guys that earned it.
Okay.
Well, what
Okay.
is your thoughts on that? What would that say to you?
I mean, just that, like that. Shotty really is a man of his word, and that the coaches really got full control of the locker room as far as like really putting together, like you said, like how you said before, they really earning these spots and really showing that they are a man of their word. You know what I mean? When it comes to this, and they not letting politics play a part in it.
Yeah. I think Shotty earned trust of the front office last year about what he was able to do from a cultural standpoint, offensively. I mean, the offense is always going to be good if 4-88 and the boys is out there, right? Good enough. We did see some moments with Mike McCarthy. I'm not going to go back into this thing. I think 23 was Shotty. That's just me. But anyway, I think they went to Shotty and said, look, you did a great job with the offensive coaching staff. We trust you. Go do the same thing on the defense side of the ball. And the more trust he earns, the more I think the leash, if you will, loosens up, right? It's still the Joneses. It's still, they're going to operate it how they want to operate it. But if you can gain a little bit of trust, I think they'll give him a little bit more leeway. And I think that happened in regards to his ability to go out and get these new coaches on that side of the ball. And now we're going to see if it happens with the roster construction, which Julius Wood, Michael, I don't think Stephen Jones and Jerry know them, boy. I don't. I think he can be swayed when they go into that room. Jerry gets in there. What do we think about tight end? And then he starts talking about Trigg, and Jerry's going to go on the radio, and he's going to reiterate the same thing, and that'll be that.
Okay. I got you. Last one. What would you say if I say that we're going to look back on 2026 draft and say that this was our best draft class?
2026, and then we're going to get to some of these videos here. If you tell me this is the best draft class of the Cowboys of all time, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh my god. We went in probably a couple of them things then. I'll be excited, man. Awesome.
Yes, sir. Listen, I'm going to get off now, Scott. That's what I just wanted you to get a little excited. What I'm saying is, I think that we drafted 3 guys that really could be, like, when I'm talking about comparing guys, I think highly of Caleb Downs. To me, he reminds me of Eric Berry.
30 dozen going to be hard to beat.
Come on. And then you got Malachi Lawrence, man. I ain't about to get too much on the tangent, but I did a lot of measurements and research, and I'm not going to say it, but he reminds me of one of our Hall of Famers. Not saying he's going to be that, but as far as starting late in college and late in the football program and then turning out to be what he was.
D. Ware?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. When you look at the measurements, Just look at the measurements. All I'm saying is, we look at he has the exact same measurements.
Ty, speak this shit
I'm not
into
saying he's
existence,
him.
bro. Keep speaking
I'm not saying he's
into.
him.
Hey, I don't even care if you is.
But
I just want you to keep speaking it into
Yes, sir.
existence. We talking about
Yes,
the best
sir.
draft class, D where, the undrafted is making it. Yeah, man, keep speaking that into existence, bro. Appreciate you, big dog.
I did my homework. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it. We got some film, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start backwards here. Let's see. Oh, I thought somebody was down. That scared the hell out of me. By the way, Jayshon Barham is back out there. Here we go. Quentin Williams, that's it. That's the damn tweet. Y'all ready? For those who were not here, this is kind of how we're going to do this thing. And shout out to Patrick Nosey Walker, who does a fantastic job putting these in slow-mo. So we got Malik Hooker out here, overshown, and Q is oh, that's not Q. That's Q in the double team. Get off me. Boy, man. God damn, Q. You can't even double Q, fam. Excuse me. This is what we like to see, right? Okay, you want to put two guys on Quentin. Two guys on Kenny. That means DeMarvion Overshown can run free. Now, here's what I do like about Demo. So a lot of people will probably be like, hey, why don't you shoot that gap? Because we listened to Scott Simmons last week, right? Scott wants tempo to the ball. We don't want to be OC. We want to stack, track, and then go. And that's exactly what Demo did, man. And I think that's why him and Winters are the 1-2. And Barham is a guy I think they'll be able to do it too. Good stuff, Q. All right, we'll get there. We're kind of behind here. Here we go. Tyler Show, nice connection on Chris Olave. I got to mute that too. Hey, the play I was going to break down, let me mute this. The play I was going to break down was the Savone Revel damn near pick. He almost did it again here. Not that he got a pick. Got to use that length. Olave nice, man. He just got to stay healthy. But Revel's having a damn good camp. Oh, this is the Javonte Williams, I think, from up here. But let's just kind of take a look here. Oh, by the way, here's my worry, bro. And I'll let it play. Here's my worry with the running back room. I don't want them to run Javonte Williams into the dirt. I don't want them to do it into the ground, because I do think we are a playoff contending team, and we get to those playoff atmosphere type games, and now he's worn down again. That's why, to me, the stable is very important, and right now the stable is very shaky. But shouts out to Javonte. It's just like last year. He's above and beyond RB1. I guess we got our first skirmish already, God damn.
Yeah, they squabbling out there now. Yeah.
Here goes the run from another standpoint. All right, we gotta let's look at the offensive line. Boom. Ooh, look at TG. Look at T. All right, here goes Tyler Guyton right here. I hope that elbow's okay. Somebody had mentioned earlier about his strength. I think he's getting stronger, man. Look at him off the snap, though. Gets his head in front of number 90. I don't have their media guy in front. They try to toss TG out the club. He says, no, sir. And here's where I want to see Tyler Guyton drive. That's the next step to TG's game, is to drive. That play doesn't happen unless TG does that. My bad, y'all. I'm going to go back and forth because I want to see this other angle right here, because that'll give me a better view of Tyler right here. Yep. Got in front of him, head in front. Readjust and drive. Shouts out to George Pickens getting in on the action too. That's a damn good play, Tyler Guyton. I'll take it. Kind of see what's happening elsewhere. Tyler Smith. He can't do nothing with Tyler Smith. Big Tyler is just Big Tyler. Ooh. Okay, is that we just talked about? Is that Schoonmaker and Terrence? I believe that is Schoonmaker and Terrence. Let's see what you got, BB. Good stuff, Tyler. Y'all see Tyler? Block down, double team, get to the next level. Seal. Good stuff, offensive line. Oh, this is the squabble play here. Calling for help. He needs some milk. Dak looking for George Pickens. Hey, I know that ain't who I think it is in there with the first team. I don't like that shit. Hold on, y'all. Is this the entire backup? No, it's not. So number 49. DJ Turner. They've been doing some fullback stuff with him, brother. I think they're trying to get him in. They're trying to replace Fant with him, and I don't think that's it, man. Who's back there? We just talked about it. Who's out there with Dak and them? That looks like Malik Davis. He just ran right around Terrence. Or did he run the hump? We'll have to look at another view. Terrence and Booker kind of get beat right here, I think. But at least they made him run the hump. Like to see another view. TG on this side. Dealing with Bull. Ooh, that's not a good rep right there by TG. All right. Getting a little above you, over your toes there. Yep. You can see it if you see it right there. The guy dips his head down. Probably missed with his hands. I don't really have that angle. Yeah. All right. Now, not a great rep. We had a great rep prior. Not a great rep right there. Oh, we got an interception too. Justin Blackman picked off Dak. We'll probably get that video here in a second. But here's some Justin Barron. Did I say Justin Blackman? Julian Blackman and Justin Barron film. Right here. I think this is your last linebacker, Cowboys Nation. I do. I think this is your last linebacker. Again, more communication pre-snap. You love to see it. These boys are a lot more vocal, man. You see it out there. Letting the play run a little bit, pre-snap motion. More stack, track. Get out the way, man. Play off of your backers. Or I'm sorry, play off of your defensive tackles. Man, these guys they're playing the scheme the way they're supposed to play the scheme. It's a beautiful thing to see. Dunn had a good game too. He put on some good film against the Seattle Seahawks. Get out the way. Probably not gonna get him on the roster, but if you can get him on the practice squad, that'd be cool. Do we have film? We don't. So let me read this real quick. Saints wide receiver Baron Brown had a stiff arm that Julius Wood didn't appreciate on the next play. When Brown tried to block him, Wood got some revenge. So let's find Julius Wood. Let's slow it down. Right here, Julius Wood. He better make this damn team. Boo! Get up. I knew you was about to blow him up. Boy. Hey, listen. I don't get too up in arms when these cuts happen. I'm usually very reasonable about these cuts. But I swear for God, if they cut Julius Wood, fam, for some damn Marquise Bell. Now, he slipped a little bit, but he was getting blown up anyway. Fam. He's so physical, bro. He embodies what they want this defense to be. Even at the third level, his film. I don't want to get, YouTube be wilding a little bit. YouTube be on some, you know what I mean? My bad. I know we're supposed to be watching. I know y'all, but just look at this dude. All right, we ain't supposed to be watching. I'm just a fan of Julius Woods' game and I hope he makes this team is all. Here we go. I was looking for this Dak picked off play. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Oh, that's just what the hell? That's just Bad throw, miscommunication. What we talking about here? Yeah, that's just a bad play all around. Was he expecting him to hook right here? Maybe. That's one of those arrogant joints I be talking about sometimes. I don't have any other view, but it looked like not only was there a Bermuda Triangle is what I call it, right? Boom, boom, boom. But another defender over here. What's up with their jerseys, by the way? So there's the pick from Julian Blackman, I believe. Then we're going to get some O-line 3-pack from Vach. Dak to George Pickens. So let me make up for it. Just put it in. Put it in the area code. Put it in the area code. We'll look at the blocking in a second. Just put it in the area code, man. Don't fall down, bro. Easy. Look how he shields himself, too. Hold up. He's so smart, bro. Like, I'm ready to say it now. Because I was saying he's one of last year. George Pickens is the best jump ball wide receiver in the league. Look, when we think deep threat, we think speed. When we signed George Pickens, I looked at the numbers. He was like third in the league in deep ball yards behind Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill. This was before the whole Tyreek Hill thing. He the best now, bro. He the best, bro. Anvil said maybe top 5 contested ever. I mean, you might. I'm not gonna fight you on that, bro. All right, let's see some O-line. Shout out to my guy Vach. Looks like this was a dub for the Saints. I like the other angle of it. Let's see what we got. Gotta slow it down. Angle's a little weird, Vach. Is that Kellen? Still looking like a pizza boy. All right, let's see the left side. Something happened over here. Something happened. All right, get the down block and get to the second level. Ferg, is that Ferg getting beat inside? Yep, this is Ferg right here. But Ferg taking an outside step. Is this supposed to go outside? I wonder why did he cut that in? Interesting. This is one of those things where you wish you had the full view here. Yeah, I don't know why I cut that back inside to the help. Interesting. All right, let's see the next play, watch. See, that's what Schoon is going to have to do. You see 49, DJ Turner, I believe. He wasn't doing this on Saturday. Boy was scared. Nothing too much there. All right, see, that's what I like about Malik's game, man. One of the things I said about him, we broke him down, was he's a calculated, like meticulous runner. He's not a guy who's going to just burst through the hole. He has that patience. I think he has solid vision. I wouldn't say he has elite vision or anything like that, but he just knows how to get downhill for a dude who is not a big dude. Get skinny and get what you can get here. All right, we're not panicking. Find a crease, 2 cutbacks, a little high, but he gets low dips and gets what he gets. That's probably like a 5-yard gain. It's a good run. I mean, it looks like it's a decent run. You can't tell from this angle, but set up your blocks, right? Because if he doesn't set this block up right here, if he has no patience and he just hits the hole, whatever number this is, it looked like 71, which is crazy. But whoever this guy is, he can just commit. But because he sets it up and you can see him sticking his foot in the ground and cut back, it allows Jake Ferguson just to get a little bit of something. Get downhill. Get a couple yards. It's a good play. One more to get back to see if we can get some more angles here. Must be the same one. That's the same one. All right. Appreciate you, Vash. Man, they fighting again out here in these streets. What's going on?
Yeah! They squabbling out in there. Yeah!
Hey, Kellen Moore said they be talking all that about me all them years. And I'm soft and I can't lead men. Let me go out here and get my goons on you. I'm trying to get a good practice. But, oh, this is a better angle. Let's see this. Oh, beautiful. Yo, I don't even think we fully unlocked the deep ball with him last year. George Pickens about to have a first team All-Pro year, fam. Here we go. Joe Milton just found Mingo on this was 10 minutes ago. On a long throw, it's possible a touchdown depending on how you want to grade the Saints for going after Mingo, who was wide open. All right, we go. Reddy Stewart. I'm telling you, this defensive back, like this safety room is gonna be a tough cut down, man. Gotta hope you can get Reddy Stewart on the practice squad because he'd be a good guy to keep around. Let's see again. More see, this is the patience, the tempo, not just shooting the gap. Man, I'm just saying, y'all. They can go out there week one, and things can happen. But based off of how I'm seeing these guys play from a sound standpoint, a discipline standpoint, you just know the coaching. They are buying in, fam. They are buying in. We don't hear no gravy talk. Granted, that was during the season. We not seeing this crazy miscommunication. We seeing guys being disciplined. I think they're confident in this scheme when you go listen to Rashawn Gary because the preparation. Might be small. I could be making a big deal. I'm just going off of just how they're playing, how sound they are playing up front. It's night and day. It's night and day, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to see him out there. Well, Von Miller got away. Y'all see Von Miller with the 40? See Von with the 40. Hey, I guess, and that's his boy right there, BT Jordan. They doubting you, Von. There's some folks out there doubting you, Von. But I guess Hunter Lipke got his chicken farm or whatever he offered him. I guess he got his chicken farm, man. I want to see him out there selfishly. 2 players have left joint practice. God damn, dog. I hate when I have to press this goddamn button. Y'all know I hate it. Hunter Lipke walking off of the practice field and apparently gave his jersey to Von Miller. Nah, man, I'm kidding. All jokes aside, they can wear 2 numbers. Offense, defense, that whole thing. We'll get an update on Hunter Lipke. I know a lot of people wanted Alvin Kamara in the trade, but I believe he signed an extension, so I don't think that's possible. Why y'all calling this man Clarence Steele? Yeah, the 40's temporary at this moment. Maybe. It might not be. It might not be. Let's see if we missed some plays real quick. Deep curl. All right, we got a couple plays. I wonder if that's what he was expecting old boy to do here. What the hell happened here? Hey, John, I'm going to need you to get the beginning of this play because whenever you got an offensive lineman and his eyes are looking at the quarterback, that is never good. Somebody got to give me another angle. I need to know what the hell happened because in the game, Dak is getting rocked. All right, let's see this other side. Somebody said, what Clarence Steele? You're right. I want to know what he's doing too. Weird looking play. I want to see the other. Here's a better angle, I think, of the pick, or is this the pick we already saw? It's the same angle. I want to see another angle. Yeah, we're kind of caught up here on this end of things. So here was the problem too. Let me pull this up. Y'all can't really see. The Cowboys got penalized in joint practice special teams again. Just like in Seattle, Marquise Bell flag for hands to the face. Watch is a nut. I'm telling you right now, man, you know, Marquise got that interception. And that's cool. Last week in practice. This how you gonna make the team if you're gonna make the team. Which I don't think you should. But I said Hunter Lipke about to be wearing number 91. Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all feel about this? Calvin Watkins tweeted out here, Caleb Downs trying to field a punt but lost it in the sun. I don't think that's needed, y'all. Caleb, you know how many people would have to be hurt for me to roll Caleb Downs out there? I'd put Hunter Lipke. Would they call him the White Buffalo? Something like that? Put the Buffalo back there. I'm not putting no damn Caleb. Stop this. What are we talking about here? Anyway, how y'all feel about it? Keeps Downs away from punt. Yes, that's how I'm feeling, bro. Hallelujah said that ain't it, Scott. I swear to God, I put him back there. Tell little Walmart Mike Allstott to catch the punt and run. Y'all remember back in the day, I shouldn't say back in the day. Y'all remember back when they used to put Terrence Williams back there? We was in. But the good thing what T. Will would do, fair catch. We ain't never want to see T. Will fielding a punt and trying to run. If they put T. Will back there, was to put his hand up. My wrestling fans in the building, what you wanted to see T. Will do was the 5-knuckle shuffle. Put that hand up. Don't you dare. If they put Caleb Downs back there, see, Caleb a competitor. Caleb actually can return. I don't give a damn that he can return. But Caleb, put the hand up. And then when he was gone, it was who was my man? Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley, hey, put that hand up, Cole. We don't need him back there, bro. We don't need him back there. Nah, not Patrick Creighton. It was T Will. It was T Will, bro. All right, here we go, man. Let's get an update from my brother, Vach Lombardi. What's good with you, bro?
What's good with you, man? Standing right here next to Landon McCool. You know what I'm saying? We up here just kicking, man. Take a look at it. Try to be a little louder now. You know, when you was at the Rams place, we had to whisper and be quiet, but we at home, man. Yeah, we had to whisper a little bit. They kicking off the second series. You know, Kellen Moore acting like Mike McCarthy, man. The Saints out here wearing jersey numbers that don't even belong to them. That's crazy as hell. But
fam, they out there with all black shirts on, fam.
Yeah. Some of them do. Some ain't got no numbers at all. Some of them got just strange numbers turned inside out. Just crazy shit. But they probably gonna go 3 offensive periods. They just did the first one. We're doing the second one right now. They might do red zone as the third one. Not positive on that one. But as far as the first one goes, big play first drive, big play second drive, third drive and on. They kind of had a weird, like a weird time running the ball or whatever. But they eventually figured it out after a while. Then they started throwing it. Dak threw a pick looking for CD, but then he threw a bigger touchdown looking for a pick. Pick is ridiculous, brother. Pick is ridiculous.
Bro, that
and
catch
there's
was
a
crazy.
whole bunch of fighting going on. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. There's a lot of fights going on, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Shotty love it because it's his first team guys getting caught up in skirmishing and shit. But I think he likes seeing his guys defend his guys. That's hard. And you don't want to get into a fight and, Tyler Book and Burns full running right at you. You know what I mean? So they kind of calmed down a little bit. But we're at the top of the second period of offense right now. So that's all I got to say, my dog.
Hey, man, I appreciate the updates. We're seeing some of it come through. What I did want to ask, though, because we're not seeing a whole lot of – well, you're bringing some O-line to us, but we're not getting no O-line elsewhere. They're kind of getting, quick plays. Earlier we were, not so much. Guyton, there was one play where Guyton was looking at, Dak Prescott. That was weird. There was another play where it looked like he got his head down a bit too. How is Guyton, Terrence Steele, our tackles are the big talk of the town. How they looking today?
I think for the most part they're holding up in the passing game. Dak has had some decent pockets or whatever. Somebody will be understand something. They've had decent pockets in the passing game. It may have been one or two times to where Guyton had to look back and find out what the running back was doing. Maybe something like that. I'm gonna have to go back to my footage and look. But for the most part, it seems blocked up fine. But I think they've been trying to figure out the run game stuff more than anything. I think that's been the bigger problem. But if this was a game, I think Dak will be able to handle what's going on. Terrence ain't dying as bad, but it's a lot of physicality today. It's a lot of bodies on the ground. So, hey, man, knock on wood, we all work out this thing healthy. You feel me?
Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Go back out there, get your film, fam. And if you got time, you can report back, bro. Appreciate you.
For sure, man.
Vosh Lombardi, ladies and gentlemen, man. I would never take that for granted, him being able to call in like that while he's live down there checking out practice. Quick update. If you hear some ruffling going on, just tune it out. We still gonna give you this coverage. Camden Brown, star of preseason game 1, tries to field a punt. I don't think I need him to see that. I wonder if they're doing this to try to find another way to get him on the roster. Let me mute this here. Find another way to get him on game day, if you will. Because I damn sure don't want to see Caleb back there. Turpin showed, and then he said Turpin showed you how to do it for sure. Another fight. A big, this mother threw the helmet in the air. Big fight between the Cowboys defense and Saints offense. One Saints player chucked the Cowboys helmet in. Like he chucked that joint like it was the Alabama. Y'all remember my man when he threw the hat up in the air? He threw the bat signal with the black fitted. Why you chuck the hat like that, bro? See, we gotta. Right here you go. Hold on. I thought he did it like in the scrum. My man came out the scrum, did a 360 spin-a-rooney. Come on, 78, dog. You could have hit a fan. You could have. Hey, somebody got to check 78 now. My man came out of the scrum. Right here, y'all. Richie Incognito, that thing. Yeet. Gotta chill, man. They doing too much fighting, dog. I'm all for a little, but every other series we fighting. We trying to evaluate over here. Our first team don't get no reps in the preseason. We need these reps. Shotty gonna be pissed though, I'll tell you that. Cool said you get cut over stuff like that. Yeah, man. Hey, your boy said, man, I wish. Hold on. He said, man, I wish that. Man, I wish that hit me. I would have. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do that. I remember throwing the helmet in practice, bro. Grabbing my helmet. Only the coaches could grab the helmet. You grab my helmet. All right. Holden, yeah, so Sky, the other Sky, not me, said Holden is redundant receiver, so Holden got cut. I should have started to show off with that. He has been cut for his shenanigans on the fumble. Hey, Malachi Lawrence on the board with a sack. Ooh. All right, Malachi Lawrence is over here, y'all. Let's slow it down. He got back there quick. Right here. Man, look at the community. I feel like every single, my bad, I know it's about Malachi Lawrence. Every single motion, there's communication, constant. You know, Christian Parker ain't playing about this communication stuff right here. I think this is speed. Yep. Here we go, Malachi. And he whooped 75. Shouts out to John Owning. We'll have our episode tomorrow debuting The Edge, our new show. And I also got some more updates for y'all here a little bit later. One of the things I saw in a couple of Malachi Lawrence, and the false step is the biggest thing for Malachi Lawrence. He's still going to be fine as a rotational guy year one, but once he get that false step corrected, boy, it's going to be trouble. But he definitely has some wasted motion to his game, and it's a lot of right. So right here, this whole shake and bake. I saw him do this in the game and then try to run down the offensive line's chest as opposed to committing to an actual move. Here he commits inside. In fact, it might have been practice, yo. I think we talked about this in practice last week. It's like, yo, commit. Set him up and then commit. He did here, and he gets what would have been an easy sack. Might have been a sack fumble. Shouts out to Malachi Lawrence. Now he got the pass rush guru. Y'all, we got the pass rush summit at the crib. Crazy. We got the pass rush summit at the crib. Dak to CD Lamb. All right, now we can get some Terrence Steele. Dip. He dipped right under Cuzzo. Ball came out. What you worried about all this for, Cuzzo? Get back to your spot, fam. That might have been a dub. I got to see the other angle. He might have made him run the hump. I need to see he didn't flatten, but I imagine if this had been a longer drop back, might have been trouble. Oh, okay. He thought it was a blitz. So this is, what is it, 71? It can't be 71. It was a sim pressure. It was sim pressure. That's my son up there. Hey, back. Just before the video began, Donovan is a rock who tried to take on the whole. What I'm finding out, this camp, Dono got some dog. Hey, Donovan, bro. You can't be yoking up my teammate though, man. That's the play my man threw the helmet. Good job. Yeah, I'm not for that. This could have got a whole lot worse, honestly. I wonder if the team even saw this right here. Yeah, you can't yoke up my team. Like, I wonder if they even saw this, because that could have got a whole lot worse than a little pushing and shoving. Man, the Saints gotta chill. Gotta chill. A whole lot of Malik Davis, y'all. We said, what is it going to look like today in this scrimmage, man? I think it's, Malik Davis is their guy. Somebody just going to have to beat him out. And it don't seem like that's going to happen. Let's see here. Let's look at Terrence. All right. Cool. Ooh. Somebody ran a game and got Booker off his. Boom. Damn. Put him on his head. That might have been a sack. He might have got it off, but. So these exchanges were something that Booker and BB struggled with last year. Booker's a rookie. BB was in his second year. Hopefully it's something that's cleaned up. I think teams kind of targeted them last year with that. And even in BB's rookie year, that was something that they targeted. It was his first year ever, not ever, but playing center. So hopefully they clean those things up. Come on now. Nicole Hutchinson said, I've counted 6 fights so far, and I think I might be missing a few. Yeah, that's another one. I'm all for a little scrum here and there, man. But this is just getting out of hand. They gonna end the damn. They're gonna end it. Yep, right here. Things are getting way out of hand at Cowboys. This is what I'm saying. And this might have been the same one where he threw the helmet. Not. Hold up. Donovan is a rock who got. Hey, fam, listen, dog. You gotta chill. Let me tell you something I never understood. Talk to me, chat. Throwing punches without gloves, somebody with a helmet, it's dumb as. I understand emotions are high right now, but it's dumb as. The beautiful thing about football, and I had a very bad attitude as a child. The beautiful thing about it is you can take out your anger on somebody between the whistles. This is just unnecessary, fam. Donovan, yo, he's out of pocket, fam. Hey, Donovan is a rocker, dog. You've got to chill. The duck, oh, he almost got him, but you gotta chill, man. Hey, who's 96? Tell him, yeah, you gotta relax. That's what, 3 games? 2, at least a game. There's one swing right there. That's a mean duck, though. Try to hit him with a jab. Yeah, how we feeling about these fights now, man? It was all funny and he and Key. Yeah, shit ain't funny no more, man. It really ain't. Golly. Hey, what is Booker having a tough time now? Who's 76? And then Terrence just getting driven back. Vosh, I'm gonna need you to come back here, bro. All I got is the video I see. O-line seem to be battling today, man. I mean, when I say battle, I mean they battling these dudes. Initially good for Terrence, and then the power. I mean, you just gotta take that from Terrence. That probably took a lot longer than it did in slow-mo. But we can't be having our quarterback getting sandwiched. And then on this side, what's happening over here? Damn, my goodness, bro. Tyler Guyton. If I had to guess, this might be his toughest day. And I'm only basing it off of what I'm seeing. If I had to guess, this might be Booker's toughest day. Just based off what I'm saying. Donovan is a Rocco to any citizen of the state of Louisiana. How y'all feel about these skirmishes? Let me get back in here. Overton said you need a little crazy. I'm cool with a little crazy. But I don't take Donovan as a Rocco for that type of crazy. I think he's just letting his emotions get the best of him. I don't think this is Charles Haley type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Brandy says the scrimmage done. No. How y'all feeling about this, man? A different mentality at least. Look, the beginning I thought that too, but they're up to like 8, 9 different fights. That's beyond that. Now that's undisciplined, right? Aaron said the Saints keep tackling our players to the ground. That's cool. No, I get it, but damn. We just gonna keep fighting? Tiller said exactly we wasn't fighting the Rams. Apparently the Rams wasn't tackling dudes to the ground. But go and wrap it up, said Kendrick. I'm with you, K. Wrap this shit up, man. If this is all that's gonna happen every other play, wrap it up, dog. We're not getting nothing out of this. All right, Isaiah Land sack, Reddy Stewart pick. Let's go. Yeah, that's a sack. We can't see the Isaiah or the Stewart on the back end. And I even like Isaiah Land if we can get him back on the practice squad. Because we couldn't before. I think the coach claimed him. Hard to see. All right, here we go. Yeah, he's on back end. Here we go up here. Whew. Hey, 79 been getting, that right tackle been getting work. Patrick says 6. We got 8. Some saying more. Another. Come on. I hope this ain't the same. So Vosh said right side of the O-line having a tough time. It looked like the O-line period, bro. Here we go. Let's see. That's that play. That's what I'm talking about. All right, good. I want to see this angle. Yeah, Chase Young. That everybody just got. If I had to guess, and I would love to bring back on here, Guyton, Booker, probably their worst days of camp so far. This is how I would rush Terrence Steele every time. I keep telling people that I don't understand why no other team does this. Watch, who is this? Watch this player right here. He told, get out my way, Jake. He just posted chip, but that's a strong mother. Who is fifth? Who is that? And then what? I'm literally just running Terrence Steele over every time if I'm a rusher. I don't even know why you would rush any other way, but that's just me. Brevis span forward in there. All right, let's see what happened. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a rough time happening right here. Get out the club. Who is this dude, bro? He is strong. Oh my God. Guyton, what the this is just nasty. All right, look at Terrence get thrown to the ground here. Good Lord. This is embarrassing, bro. Wrap this shit up. Am I tripping? Is the offensive line of y'all looking weird? And here come the pool. All right, at least Booker was better on this one. And here's Guyton over here. Hey, man. Rough day. Rough day at the office, man. I mean, that's how it was coming off to me. Let's talk, chat. Rough day at the office on this offensive line. Let's see what else we got here. That's the same play. Then we got one more. I'm not seeing any other backs. Am I tripping? Hey, I tell you what, the Saints is playing strong, bro. Oh my God. Slow death over there. All right, at least we ain't getting whooped. Let's go from the left. Did they blitz? I mean, shit. Dak been under duress all day. Oh yeah, they targeting. They targeting with these games. Look what they did to TG, or not TG. Tyler Smith. They did the same thing with Book earlier, and they put him on the ground. Yeah, it's not as clean today. It's not as clean today. They playing with more physicality, it seemed like. And in the real game, I'm trying to match that by running the ball, fam. But I get it. This is practice. So, you know, they know, all right, we throwing the ball, pin your ears back. That the same play? Yeah, it's the same play. I don't know. Today seemed a little rough, man. All right, here we go. I want to see some more defense. There we go. Would be sack for Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark right here. Winners, Gary. More drop back from Gary, kind of. Yeah, that's sack. That's sack. 2 Rashawn Gary sacks in the second team period. Can we see him? Oh, here go the interception. I was wondering if we can get the other angle here. Tip drill. Ready Stewart. Stack him. Durant with the tip. Yeah. Man, cornerback room playing, having a good camp, y'all. Another one. Yeah. Guyton just drove Chase to the ground a good little bit. Good. Now look, when we talk about, hopefully that was between the whistles. We're talking about getting your get back. That's how you do it, man. Between the whistles. Because, again, based off of the clips we're seeing on the offensive line, bro, versus their defensive line, to me, it's coming off that the defensive line for the Saints are playing with such aggression. Like, this is personal. And the O-line is a lot of finesse. We just drop back throwing the ball. Again, man, I get it. This is a scrimmage. You got to work on things. I would hope in the game you would lean on, you say, hey, listen, we tired of getting pushed back here, dropping back. Let's lean on these dudes. But they're playing with a different type of aggression, fam. And I would love to see the play where Tyler Guyton drove Bruh into the ground. It was because I'm tired of getting beat. Here we go, Schoonmaker. Is this the first Schoonmaker? Boy, it look like he running with Tim's on. Good catch, though. Who threw that? That's Joe. I just know that's Joe based off of how. Yeah, that's Joe. Keep stacking, Joe. Keep stacking, Joe. I want to see these Rashawn Gary joints, but it's another damn fight. This might be the one that Vach is talking about. Never mind. This is on the defense. What year did we have all this? It was a Rams year. I think when Dez was here, it was bad. It's kind of reminded me of that. All right, let me give y'all a little bit of an update on what's happening on the channel. For those who are new, see we got about 2K in here. Appreciate y'all. Please hit the like button if you enjoy what you're seeing here on the show. Excuse me. I don't think I saved it. Let me go find it and save it, and then I'll come back to y'all. Boom. Bow. Let me go find it and save it. Be patient and wait for it. I mean, similar careers, but I don't think they're the same players. Trying to find an update on the programming update I got for y'all, but we'll get to it in a second. Caleb Downs' right side of the screen continues to impress, filling gaps in the run game. I mean, he's been a beast all camp with that. Let me run this back. Yeah. He's been a beast with that. Here's Caleb Downs. We didn't get the wide view. Make him cut back. James at least made him cut back, but, you know, okay, he shed a little bit. That's what you want to see from Shamar James because he doesn't have that size, right? Give me a second. Boom. Boom. All right. Apologies, Cowboys. They're trying to figure out. I'm trying to bring up this graphic, but I can't find it at the second. Really want to see these two Rashawn Gary sacks, though. That's where I'm at right now. Somebody's injured. I ain't gonna press the button. Damn it. Oh, they got the air. Is that the air joint? Yeah, that's not good. Prayers up to my man. Let's get into the chat here, man. Caleb, Sam, linebacker down. Shit, he play like it. Control the line of scrimmage. That to me is what is happening on the other side of the ball. I feel like the Saints are controlling the line of scrimmage from the Cowboys. Yes, indeed. I feel like that's happening right now. Y'all having Dak Romo conversations. Boy, I thought we was done with that type of conversation. By the way, we got a lot of new people up in here. Do we have any Saints fans in here? Shouts out to y'all if y'all here. But y'all got to tell y'all peoples to chill out. Doing a little bit too much. Nah, Rod Trap, I'm not taking the bait, big dog. That's really that's kind of elementary type of conversation, fam. Are we still doing that? What is it, 2017? We not doing that, are we? We not doing that. All right, I think I found the dang on graphic. Trying to give y'all a quick program update on what's going to be happening this season. Come on, guys, say building a plane while it's in the air. That's my bad. I should have had this here. Had a lot going on. All right. I kind of hinted at this yesterday with the Bomb Squad. Shouts out to the members of the channel. But I am excited, man, to kind of announce what we got going on this year on the Skywalker Unleashed channel. And it's going to be essentially, like I said, a network all week, man. Not starting off with, but we got John Owning tomorrow debuting The Edge each week. J.O. is going to come on here and we are going to discuss what he's seeing via film. If y'all don't know who John Owning is, go tap into him on Twitter and then you will see one of the smartest film guys out there. Does a great job seeing and breaking down the game. So we got John Owning rocking with us each and every week. Then we go inside Cowboys headquarters with Patrick No C Walker giving us what he's hearing inside the locker room, inside the building, and just keeping us up to date on all things Cowboys that we may not be able to see outside of the field. And then, of course, the Sky and 2i show with me and Aisha Morrison, a.k.a. 2i. We rock with y'all each and every week. And one of my favorite parts of this whole thing, the group chat, baby. Me, Vach, Foots, we'll be linking up probably once or twice a month to give y'all just unfiltered, mostly fun conversation, still Cowboy stuff, but everything else in between. So really excited to do this with you guys throughout the season. Just wanted to give y'all a little bit of an update on that, man. So appreciate y'all for sticking around for that. Yep. John Owning, No C, 2I, Vach, Foots, all year here on Skywalker Unleashed. So please do me a favor, hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. I promise you, you will not be upset, bro. All right, so we got a couple more plays we'll take a look at, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Chris Olave versus Caleb Downs. Pretty healthy debate on what happened here. Officials say complete, but there will be a red flag in a real game, probably. Let me see. That is incomplete, I think. But that definitely might have been a flag. What y'all think? Flag, no flag? Got to get your head around, but maybe not a flag. But he got to get his head around. My bad. Y'all can't even see the damn play. All right, here y'all go. I'm biased. I'm not throwing the flag, but it might be. They might even say a catch. Knee down. Now you got to finish it. That's not a catch. So it's definitely not a catch. Flag or no flag? One more time. I run it back because I know y'all. I missed the beginning of this. Toia, get up off the ground, big boy. All right. Let me see what y'all saying here. No flag. Depends on the crew. I'm not delusional, Sandra rebuild mode. I'm not. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Depends on the crew on that one. I like that. Yeah, I had to run it. I had to run it back. My bad, y'all. I was kind of looking at him. Damn, so. Apologies. Joe Hoy said one immediate takeaway from the Cowboys defense versus the Saints offense. Chris Olave is cooking. Don't like that. Cowboys DBs have had a tough go against him. Look, last week going up against Devontae Adams, he had some dubs, right? Puka Nacua, it sounded like we played him pretty decently. When you play against these top tier receivers, they're going to win sometimes. Now, what we don't know is what's up with the rush. Are they tagging off because they can't? You know what I mean? So sometimes what happens is, well, that's a sack or that's a pressure. He's going to move and he's going to run, but they know they can't get hit. So, all right, I'm going to just step up and complete the route or complete the throw. And now they get the catch. So context matters here, but it sounds like Olave is having a good day. Sounds like they're having a good day. Yeah, Ray, I agree. You win some, you lose some. So we do got Saints fans in here? And y'all squabbling with them? All right. Yeah, this is the play from a different angle. I don't know. I don't think they... Yeah, they're not going to throw the flag on that. You would have to be... From this angle, it doesn't look like I throw the flag. The other angle is obviously closer. But you got to understand, they're not right there in front of them. So I don't think they throw the flag. And I don't think he caught it, to be honest. Here we go. We got some Von Miller. I won't call it an update, but the Cowboys are being smart with new outside linebacker Von Miller in terms of getting him ready to play. He'll be going through a ramp-up process, working with pass rush specialist BT Jordan during today's joint. So I guess this is Tommy just kind of posting this video from earlier. I thought it was cool how Von Miller came out and said, yeah, I know this player, that player, PJ Locke, BT Jordan for many years, Coach Christian Parker when I was in Denver, not Denver, but I think he knew of Parker, and just so many other players on his team. So he's coming into the locker room, even though it doesn't need to have a connection, but already with the connection. Rashawn Gary, he worked with Donovan Izaraku last year, so that is something that's kind of cool here. He's not going to come in cold turkey, not knowing anybody in that locker room. A locker room he's going to try to lead, by the way. And what I like about what I perceive of his leadership is I think he knows, all right, Rashawn Gary has established himself here as a leader. Quentin Williams has established himself here as a leader. He's smart enough to realize how I'm supposed to lead around that. Where there was a certain player on the offensive side of the ball where, he didn't really understand his place. I'm talking about Brock Hoffman, y'all. That was the issue with Brock Hoffman. Brock Hoffman he was trying to be the guy in the room with a bunch of other guys in the room, according to people down there close to those guys. And it just wasn't jiving in there. Not that they hated Brock Hoffman or anything like that, but it just wasn't clicking this season with him behind the scenes. Now, again, we wish we had Brock Hoffman. But essentially, as The Rock would say, he didn't know his role and shut his mouth. He ain't got to shut his mouth. But it wasn't working out in that way. I think he's smart enough to know, look, I'm not coming here to step on the leadership council's toes, but I can provide something else here because I think I'm the best there is in the business when it comes to being a leader. And part of being the best as a leader is knowing how, reading the room. And like he said, some guys you can do this with, some guys you can't. Some guys will snap on you if you do the same thing with the other guy. Let's keep it moving here. They're probably wrapping up here shortly. I'm actually surprised this thing went all the way. P. Weezy LA, is this a Saints fan? He said Saints ones didn't play at all. I could have sworn I saw old boy out there. Chase Young went out. I could have sworn I saw Chase Young. He don't start. If he don't start, he don't start. But I will say this. I'm going to give this to you, Saints fan. And of course, there's Chris Olave out there. But I was thinking on defense. Defensively, y'all playing some very tough ball, right? Like y'all are somebody in here, scrappy bunch. Let me just say that. A scrappy bunch. Let me refresh here and see if we can get an update. Nope, same thing here. I personally think they're finna wrap up practice, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to keep an eye out on that. In the meantime, in between time, probably not going to do any more phone calls, but let me run this by y'all real quick. Shouts out to our sponsors of the channel for the entire season. Prize Pick. Use the promo code HMA. Play $5 if you're a new user and you win. You get $150, ladies and gentlemen. I've got the season picks already ready to go. That's what I'm sticking with until we get closer to week one. More or less on Javonte Williams on a reception touchdown. Easy. More or less on Jake Ferguson with 4.5 touchdowns. Easy. More. And then the big one here, George Pickens. More or less on 7 reception touchdowns. Y'all see George Pickens today? Y'all see George Pickens and all the other? Come on, man. George Pickens is going to get his first double-digit touchdown year. Smash the more, ladies and gentlemen. Head on over, download Prize Picks. It's easy to play, very easy. Use the promo code HMA. New users get $5. You win, you get $150 in lineup. Shouts out to our sponsors, Prize Picks. What y'all got for us, beat? Yeah, it's looking like we finna wrap it up. Feel like we finna wrap it up. Let's see. What are y'all thoughts on today's practice, man? All right. The fights kind of got to me a little bit. My takeaway, as you guys can tell, is the offensive line it seemed like they did not win the day today. It seems like we've all understood there could be some potential issues there, right? We know the tackles, Terrence is Terrence. I thought Guyton was progressing. I still think that, but we wanted to see him stack. I'm fine. Booker might not have had a great day, but I think Booker's going to be cool. But I think this is the first time during camp, I'm like, ooh, if we have a day like this, I can see where it can be an issue. I also think this is super vanilla. And if we really needed to scheme it up right, we would try to scheme around that. That's part of the whole thing too. But that's what kind of my takeaway. The offensive line just got out physical today. And that's based off of what I'm seeing. You know, we could get a totally different perspective from someone who's down there and seeing every single play. Like, nah, man, you saw 20% of the plays. The other 80%, they whooped. I mean, Small says definitely look like a bunch of twos being try-hards to show out. That could be too. Exactly why most teams sit guys in the preseason. That's a fair assessment, man. Kyle Bolton said, sounds like the O-line lost on both teams today. Yeah. So you go look on the defensive side. It seemed like our defensive line played pretty well. It's a good eye. Somebody said, journeyman Chase Young don't put fear in nobody's heart, fam. Called him a journeyman. Did he get a bag over there? Not sure. Brandy said, O-line a problem. I hope not, man. I hope not. Oh, yeah, we do got a Saints fan up in here. Hey, listen, now, you know, again, we welcome opposing fans. We even welcome trolls. As long as you respectful with it, don't bother me none. If you in New Orleans, I know y'all got a hell of a lot of Cowboy fans. So do me a favor, LA fans, Saints fans, share this to your Cowboy fans over there. I know it's a lot of them over there. I know it. Adrian Jr. says, I work for the Saints currently, but it's always go Cowboys no matter what. I was about to say, you work for the Saints. That's cool. Shouts out to you. All right, we go, sir. Okay, nah, you not. My bad, Lawrence. Thought you were somebody else. Yeah, it looks like we got like one Saints fan up in here. Doing his best troll, impression as he can. Oh, we got a pick? Oh, so practice ain't over yet. Jalen Thompson, get on the board. I ain't gonna lie, I was waiting. There's only one more player I'm waiting for now to get a pick. Caleb Downs. What'd I say the other week? Can I read and overreact with y'all? Can I read and overreact with y'all? Let me see if I can get this up here real quick. I said Durant was going to lead. Did I say Durant was going to lead us in picks? Jalen Thompson going to lead us in picks. Nah, I'm messing with y'all. But Jalen Thompson, I think Jalen Thompson is going to lead the safeties. I can see him leading the safeties, man. He is a very heady player. I think he's underrated from a coverage standpoint. And I'm not talking about, manning up all game or nothing like that, but he's so smart, bro. You go look at his Arizona film. He's just in position now. Arizona's Arizona, and he didn't have a whole lot of ball production the last, I think, season or two. But the prior couple seasons, he was getting hella picks, hella pass breakups. I think he can get back to doing that in this scheme, man. I do. And see, this is what I think is going to happen here. Bad pass / decision. This is from Joe Hoyt. In the red zone by Tyler Show. Easy pick for Jalen Thompson. I think that second part, indecision. When you go listen to Rashawn Gary said he's a magician, talking about Christian Parker. He's a wizard doing the things on the back end. I truly do believe he is going to trip up a lot of these quarterbacks, especially nowadays. It is a whole lot of out there at quarterback nowadays. I think he's going to trip up some veterans, let alone guys like him. Jackson Dart. Right? So I think you're going to see more ball production from these corners. Go look at Savon Revel. Dude is constantly in phase now. Back. Last year, he was so out of phase, off the ball, 10 yards. You wonder why we had a almost franchise low in pass breakups as a team. Dude was playing 10 yards off. Dude was getting run by because they ain't know where to go. I don't think that's going to be the case for certain guys like a Durant, like Savon Revel, Deron Bland, hell, Caleb Downs. Like, they're going to be around the ball, man. I truly do believe that. That is a good point. We didn't hear one thing about Barham today. and he was supposed to be out there. I wonder if he did not. Okay, here we go. Vosh Lombardi said, much better 3 series for the offense, good blocks in the run. Finally, we get some good news. Here we go again. Vosh says, starting the red zone period, 2 clean pockets, 2 completions to 87. There's 2 players on this team that are super polarizing now on offense, Jake Ferguson and Kevontae Turpin. One thing about Jake, you get in that red zone, he is among the best tight ends in the red zone. He had a gap year, that 24 season, which was an anomaly to me, not having any touchdowns down there. Prior to that, 5 in the red zone. And then last year, 7 red zone touchdowns, which I think was 2nd or 3rd in the league among tight ends. And once again, back in the top of the league in regards to targets in the red zone. He's a handful down there, man. He showcases strong hands. He can box you out. He has the know-how, knows where to sit in the hook area. He's a problem in the red zone, man. I think that kind of gets thrown by the wayside because he got fumbling problems. They need to clean that up. But once you get down there, and especially if you get Brevin Spanford involved in the 12 personnel, get more red zone ops to Pickens, going to be a problem in that red zone as long as we don't get cute. Don't get cute. That's fair, Timmy Terry. Timmy says, Sky, got to see it when the season starts, how these corners play. I mean, I'm not knocking you for that. I totally get it. Because I'm like that with DB, right? DeRon Bland is having a good camp, but I gotta be 10 toes in this. I gotta be fair. I said camp is not going to sway me on DeRon Bland because DeRon Bland said he was fine in camp last year and got to the season and was like, ouch. I was playing with an ouch. My foot wasn't right. So DeRon Bland got to show me a little bit into the season. What's good, Law Dog? Yes. JV Boy. Appreciate you, JV Boy. Hit the like button, man, before y'all get up out of here. Before I get up out of here. They may not be wrapping up practice, but me, about to wrap up this stream, man. I appreciate y'all. Training Camp Central Live it was something that I thought about doing kind of last minute because I was going to do coverage a different way. But I start thinking about fans who can't do this for 2 hours, who can't sit here, scroll and refresh because they're working, they got kids, or they cooking, they driving. And I said, let me try to be your eyes and ears for you guys during training camp out there in Oxnard. So I hope I was able to do that this training camp. And the reason why this sounds like a close, because it is coming to an end in Oxnard. I believe there is a closed practice on Thursday. Correct me if I'm wrong. If y'all want to look up the schedule, I want to say tomorrow there's not an open practice or anything. I think you're going to get coordinators. Then Friday, the team is probably going to start heading towards, I want to say it's Arizona. So this essentially will be the final Training Camp Central Live out at Oxnard, at least. Not sure if I'm going to do it when I get back to Dallas, but I probably won't. So this is a kind of goodbye to Training Camp Central, but this is not a goodbye to daily Cowboys coverage. If you are, and then we got a lot of new subscribers here. And shouts out to Ray Rocket. Appreciate you, man. He said, not mad at it, dog. I'm a new sub. Appreciate you, Ray. The season's going to be a doozy. Let me tell you that. We get the fans involved a lot. Shouts out to the Bomb Squad on the phone lines. And we often debate. I let you guys share your opinions on things. If you're frustrated, I let you get that off. If you're excited, I let you get that off. It's a cool thing. But I also like to bring legitimate coverage. Again, if you missed out on what we got going on here, we got Cowboys reporters joining us. We got film. I call him an expert. Some people might disagree, but I think John is a film expert joining us. Aisha Morrison is probably going to have some access this year more than we had last year, so that'll be cool for the Sky and 2 Eyes show. And then you got the great Vosh Lombardi and the great Foster King, where we can kind of kick back and just have a good time. So it's going to be an amazing season, Cowboys Nation. And I just wanted to share that with you guys as we wrap this thing up. All right. Hugh said, thank you, Sky. The coverage you provided was indescribable. Appreciate you, Hugh. Law Dog said, for sure, I'm trying to catch more shows. Missed the chat room banter. That's the thing, too. The chat low key is a show within the show. The chat's a show within the show. Paul Roke said, wow, you got a show called the Group Chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me, Foots, and Vosh. That'll be fun. Appreciate you, Sir Lawrence, keeping us up to date. Another red zone touchdown. Oh, yeah, Paul. Cowboys Collective is tonight. 9 Eastern, 8 Central. We will be live recapping the preseason game and then recapping, obviously, the practice today. I got probably 2 questions. One, offensive line stuff. So I'm going to sit back and let Vach and let John Machota, refresh here one more time. Yeah. I'm going to let Vach and let John Machota let us know what they saw. But I just want to know about the O-line, and I want to know, were the fights as bad as it looked to us here at home? Touchdown to Flow, 3 for 3 in the red zone. Our red zone play seems to be pretty damn good this training camp. Ooh. Hey, got her get back. Look, JT got her get back. Wait, before I go, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on before I go. This is what I meant by, hey, look, man. You know you can be violent but between the whistles. They tackling us to the ground. Tackle them to the ground. I mean, it's football. That's what we doing today? Cool. But look at Caleb Downs, bro. Look. My bad. I'm getting back to the film stuff. Hold on. Let me just let the play go. I got to give Devin Moore, got to give him credit, bro. Back in the day, all right, we're going to break this all the way down. Let's just take a look at Devin Moore. Back in the day, as a cornerback, he used to be able to cut this offensive lineman and say, cut his ass down like a tree. Can't do it no more, boy. You either got to make a business decision or you just got to go ahead and get blown up right here. He stuck it. He tried it. I'm cool with it. But peep Caleb, bro. Peep Caleb. So Caleb Downs right here. Eyes in the backfield. Sees it's a toss. Commits, right? He's committing. He's basically setting the edge right here. He knows I'm not going to make this play, but I'm going to do my job. I'm going to set the edge and make this guy go back inside to the help, and then boom! And he still got it on the play, man. Caleb Downs, that dude. I'm sorry. I just get a little excited when I see some real football out there. Golly. Okay, so this is actually good news here. This is why I said we only see like 20% of the stuff because I saw some bad ball. But he said can't confirm that Guyton is stepping. That is good to hear. Some losses too, but that's ball. Here we go. Oh, I think this was from earlier. Yeah, this was the play earlier where it looked like it was a good start. Takes exception to the hit on Jake. Let's see here. Here's T Book right here. He like that's not what? Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and let Vosh talk because that I've seen that a couple times today. What you talking about? This might be the wrong play. Is Robin Akonda getting some work with Dak? This might be the wrong play from Pat. I don't know, but I'm looking at the O-line now. Y'all peep game. What Guyton? Yeah, we're gonna have to have a conversation. I'm gonna go ahead and let bro sit back and let us know what he saw because it looked weird to me. You know what I mean? All we did was see a couple plays, but it looked weird, man. Vach, I'm sitting back, mama. You go out and let me know because it ain't. Hey, look. All right, tell me right now, Vach. Chat and tell me if I'm overreacting. But the plays we see, it didn't look great for Tyler Guyton today. Book has some bad plays too. Terrence as well. It looked weird. That's the term I'm going to use. I seen the back of his jersey way too much today. This is what I said, I said if I had to rank it, this feels like his worst practice of camp. That's kind of what I say. All I want to know is about that. Vi said, "She, you ain't gonna work me to death. Ain't gonna work me to death." All right, let me get up out of here, Cowboys Nation. Didn't get a chance to hit the phone lines as much, but the least I can do before I get up out of here is try to find you guys super chats and thank you guys for the supers. I missed one, I think, yesterday's show too. But anyway, shouts out to my guy Twan in the building. He said he dropped the dub and said, "Views going crazy. I see you, Sky." Appreciate you, bro.
Super chat.
Damon 717. Shouts out to 717. He says, "Salute, Sky from the 717. Revel hype real or nah?" Feels real, bro. Feels very real. Can't wait to see him out there this week. He might get the ball cap after a series like he did last week.
Super chat.
Chris Helms dropped 5 and said, "What do you think of the media trying to make us think of CD being with Von Miller's BM at the club?" Chris, I said this before, I say it again. This channel, we don't even be covering that type of stuff. Respects to the TMZ type of. There are channels for that, and they do a damn good job at it. I'm just here to tell you right now, I suck at that stuff. I'm all about ball, fam. Like I don't get into the TMZ Cowboys sports stuff. So coming to the wrong channel looking for that, but I appreciate the super chat. There's other channels that will cover that amazingly. Just me, won't happen. So yesterday, y'all remember this D Hat? I actually know who D Hat is. That's B Hat over on Twitter.
Super chat.
He dropped 5 and said Von Miller on his 5th team out of respect to Jaden Daniels. So yesterday, man, we had some fun with D Hat. He was trolling a little bit. We rap, man. Good dude. Mustang dropped 5.
Super chat.
He said, "Who do you think has the best wrestling entrance of all time?" Oh, see, man, I'm supposed to be going. You finna get me. You see, I got Stone Cold on right now, man. You finna get me going now. Mine's is Goldberg. It still gives me chills. Goldberg. There's so many good ones, fam. Pure aura, you're talking Undertaker, right? Even though he take 10 minutes to get down. If you want hype, Ultimate Warrior, he ain't do nothing crazy, but when that music hit and he run out, Ultimate Warrior, I'm a big, oh, what a rush. But it wasn't really no crazy entrance. But now we're getting to themes. Shawn Michaels up there. I mean, certain Shawn Michaels. There's coming down from the rafters and things like that. Yeah, but Shawn is the GOAT. So, I mean, you're never going to get me. Triple H. I wouldn't call that as, look, time to play the game, get there, spit the water. That's cool. Biased here. Road Dogg and them. One of my favorite entrances because they get the crowd going. One of my favorite entrances because they get the crowd going. Oh, you didn't know? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Yes, Chris Jericho is definitely up there, one of the best debuts. I can keep going, fam. I can keep going. Riot Trap said the Ultimate Warrior rope shake is all, yeah, facts. Undertaker, best entrance ever. It probably is. To keep it a buck, it probably is the Undertaker. But man, you finna get me going. Let me get the rest of these super chats to get about it. Donald Dotson dropped 2.
Super chat.
Don't shy away from greatness. Embrace it. Cowboys. And of course, I mean, listen, man, when you hear this. I don't care. He don't gotta do nothing, man. When the glass break, it shatter. And I'm biased because 1 or 2 all-time favorite. I always go back and forth between him and Shawn Michaels. I damn near cried, y'all, at WrestleMania. And I got a chance to go see WrestleMania in Dallas. I damn near cried when I got to see the Stone Cold Kevin Owens joint. Hearing that, I never got a chance to see Stone Cold. I've been to so many wrestling events. I never got a chance to see Stone Cold. That's one of the things I regretted. And when I heard that glass break, fam, I done turned into the damn 8-year-old Sky all over again, fam. My wife had to hold me back from jumping that goddamn. Had to hold me back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I'll be back tomorrow, not live, but I will be back tomorrow with an episode of The Edge, the first episode debuting The Edge, me and John owning. It'll be a good one, man. I'm excited for it. I usually like to sit back and I learn something from John all the time. So make sure y'all look out for that. Hit the like button on the way out. Hit that bell so you know when we do drop. I don't have a specific time, but we will be dropping. With that said, everybody that's been here for years, y'all know what I got to do.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button. Hey, let me say this, and this is recency bias for The Rock. Let me get you up out here. This is recency bias for The Rock. But the final boss entrance, iconic. When he remixed his heel theme with the regular Rock theme, and he got the Brahma Undertaker, I'm going to let you finish. But don't sleep on that. All right, man. Out of here. Love y'all. Peace.